Jean-Claude Van Camper here. I hope you're all well. Going out for a little van camp. I'm heading over to see my mum tomorrow, but I thought tonight on the way I'd stop halfway and camp in the van. So I'm heading out to a place called Fimber. I've had a look on the Park for Night app and there's a nice little spot there just in some woodland with toilets, which I believe will be open, if not now but in the morning, that kind of stuff. I think there's a little cafe there as well, but that's not the point. The point is to break the journey up. It's only 40 miles, but I want to test this van out. Now I've got the sound deadener on in the roof of the van. I just want to see how warm it is on a night, to be honest with you. I have got a method for heating the van a little bit. Probably going to try that out to see if it works. Got a hot water bottle with me. It's not going to be freezing tonight, but it's going to be cold. I want to see what's going to be warm enough. Sunset is in about half an hour, so it takes about half an hour to get there. So by the time I get there, the sun will be about setting. So it'll be getting dark pretty quick. But I've got some lighting. Got to have the little fire pit going, all being well. It'll be nice way to just chill out for a bit. Currently on the A166. Just passing the balloon tree on the left hand side here where this car's turning off, and if you've seen them, this is where I've done my solar camp videos. I'm just heading down towards Stamford Bridge and looking at the Google Maps there. You can see that long line of red because I'm going to be sat in some traffic as we go through Stamford Bridge, and here it is. Ah well, we'll get through eventually. Will we get through? Will we get through? No, bugger. What are you going to do, eh? Now we're off. Just dropping down here into Friday Thought, and we're going to turn off here and head towards Fimber. As we leave Fimber, I'll show you exactly where I'm going, and then if you want to come and have a look at this one yourself, you can. Just entering Fimber now. And what you do is you go all the way to the bottom. At the bottom of the hill, there's a roundabout, and we're going to head right as though we're going to Beverley. The turn off is just after the roundabout. This is it. So most of the cars that are in here and the motorbike have gone. There's just that car there, which I believe belongs to the cafe owner, and he's just putting his chairs away. So I'm just going to loiter for a bit. Now you won't be able to see this very clearly because it's getting dark, but the ground is a bit mucky. You can probably see the water through there in that area of the car park. We've had a lot of rain of late, yeah. So I'm just going to give it a little bit, chill out for a bit, and then get the fire pit going. I mean, it is quite nice in here. You've got all this woodland, and yes, there is a road just along there, but that'll quieten down at night. I don't think I'll hear anything in the van. It's the last car going by the look of it. So just gone 5 o'clock, I'm all set up in the back of the van, got my pillars. I'm actually using the same setup that I've used in summer in this, which is this cheapy sleeping bag, down blanket, and my knitted sleeping bag. So I'll be using that tonight. Should be warm enough, I reckon. But as I say, I've got a method for heating inside here, which should take that 12 degrees, which it is now, a bit higher, but not just yet. Also got some of these little dehumidifiers. I got these from Asda, so we'll be using one of those just to keep the moisture down inside the cab. I've also got the windows cracked a little bit for ventilation. But I think now, do you know what? I think I'm going to set the fire pit up. Looks alright in there from this angle, doesn't it? I was just looking at it thinking that looks pretty cool actually. The fire pit is starting to bite. I have got a little hip flask with some rum in it. Bottle of posh ginger beer. Nice. I think I'm just going to relax for a bit now. So alright, is this little setup. The only thing I should have brought with me is a small table just to have by the side of the chair there, rather than get the big table out. I'm just going to leave the big table in the van, but at least I can use the lip of the back of the van to stand stuff on like that. Look, it works. Right, as you can see, it is just about 8 o'clock and around about 11 degrees in this van at this moment in time. What I'm wondering tonight is, can I heat this van using bioethanol and this stove that I've got? And the reason why I think it would work quite nicely is you can control the heat. So you don't have to have a really big flame, you can just control how much heat you actually have coming out of this. So I'm going to give this a go, I think. What I have been doing prior to sort of like doing this is kind of moving everything away that could potentially catch fire. Because obviously that would be a risk. And obviously I won't be keeping this near it either. So I'm just going to put some of this in there. Now that little beep you can hear, that's my carbon monoxide detector, because I do have that in here just for safety's sake. Move this out of the way. Pop that into there. Lock it in place. And then just got a little bit on the lid there. Now if I just turn that down so there's only, oops, knocked it out. As I say, it should be quite easy to control. Just to increase the temperature in here a little bit. We'll see how that goes. So currently, as I say, at 11 degrees in here. Let's see if it gets a bit warmer. So just to explain why I thought this might be quite effective, is I bought one of those bioethanol fire pits when oldest friend and I went van camping around Scotland, and I used it in the shed, and it was surprising how much heat it gave out. I currently have that in my computer den at home where I do all my video editing and stuff, and it amazes me how it quite easily ups the temperature in that small room by a couple of degrees. This space is an awful lot smaller, and I thought, well, if it works in there in a bigger space, it's got to work in here in a smaller space, surely. As I say, the only risk is to make sure that you don't have anything too close to it to catch fire. And so long as you keep the flame small, which as you can see I've done, I can't see there being a problem. And looking at that, it's already gone up a degree already. As I say, got to be worth a go, right? So as you can see, in the interest of safety, I have dropped that flame really low. Now that is currently saying 11 degrees, and that's a bit lower in the van. Oh, it's just gone up. And that one's saying 14 degrees. So the temperature in the van is just gradually increasing. Now, you might have heard me mention earlier, I have cracked the windows in the van. They are slightly down, hence the deflectors that I put on, the wind deflectors that I put on. You might have seen the video for that, so that I can let some air circulate. I've got one of those moisture absorbers on the dashboard, just to stop that kind of fogging up a little bit in the morning. I think this is going to be all right.
feel like a midget.
Not bad, right? 17 degrees. Oh, and I'm watching Miami Vice. How cool am I? I've had a chilled out evening, just watching some stuff on my phone. I'm going to settle down now. As you can see, it got to about 17 degrees. It's quite nice in here. It's not too bad at all. And I've snuffed that out so that I can settle down for the night. I'll see you in the morning. It's been raining for a little while now. Quite nice. I'm just laid here listening to it. And what I would say though is it would have sounded an awful lot louder if I hadn't put that sound deadener on the roof of the van. So I've been laid here listening to the rain for a little while, and it's quite nice, quite relaxing. But I'm in that stage where, ping, you know, you're quite awake. And so I'm just going to make a coffee. So I'm going to use gas for that. And I thought it'd be interesting to see what happened to the temperature in the van. So as you can see there, it's currently 8 degrees. And then I'm going to put that back on, the little fuel heater, and just see what the temperature goes up to. I'm quite intrigued. So the kettle's just boiled, we've gone up 2 degrees. Let's get the little alcohol stove on. So the heat's just gone out and it's up at about 15 degrees. Not bad at all, really. Right, I'm feeling groggy again, so I'm going to go back to sleep for a bit. Good morning. Well, I've made a coffee. I'm going to avail myself of the facilities. I was actually joined last night by several other people who stayed here too. Just been getting myself kind of ready to go, really. I'm going to go and do a little bit of geocaching on the way to Mum's. We'll see what happens then. Quite nice this morning, a little bit damp. Van's covered in leaves from that. Brilliant. And yeah, I've got to say, this thing did nothing, absolutely nothing in there. The inside window was soaked. These have taken on a lot of moisture because that's almost pink, so I'm going to have to put these back in the microwave and re-energise them. But nothing in there. I don't know whether I've done anything wrong, but yeah, that's not worked at all. Nothing, no water whatsoever. Thanks, Asda. Now it's daylight, I can take you for a quick look at this site, around this site. I really like it, I'm quite impressed. I think it's a perfect place for like a little overnight pit stop. So first thing, you've got access to bins. There is, just over there, a kids play area. Accessible toilet. Ladies' toilets round the back, the gents' toilets here. I'll take you in. They're basic, but functional and good. Decent toilet, with a seat on and everything. Spare toilet roll. Hand towels for washing your hands, usual piss pot, and then that is correct. And there's soap in the dispenser too. I'm suitably impressed. So this is called the Fimber picnic site. Lots of information here about what you can do in the area. There's another information board there. Picnic tables, nice little walk area. Yeah, couldn't see any of this. Oh look, bird feeding tables. Couldn't see any of this last night. I think that's the little hatch for the cafe, which I've no doubt will be open before long. Yeah, ladies' toilets just here. It looks like they have like an awning thing, keep the rain off, seating, blah blah blah. As I say, I think this is a really nice little area for an overnighter. Glad I found this one. Right, that's the facilities used. It's time to go, pop over and see my mum. As I say, maybe do some geocaches along the way. If you've enjoyed this little van camping trip, you know what to do about liking, subscribing, blah blah blah. You take care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Cheerio.